2018 is going to bring us some pretty awesome video games. I love me some video games, and I know you do as well. And I thought, what are my most anticipated games of 2018? So I thought I'd make a list for y'all. Just to let you know, I am a PlayStation 4 guy, not computer, not Xbox, so there might be some titles on here that you might be thinking, dude, what the hell? These are huge. Why aren't these on your list? I just don't have the console. These are primarily all platform or PS4 title releases. So without further ado, here's my 5 most anticipated games of 2018.
A Way Out, March 23rd, 2018. All right. I know that EA doesn't have the best reputation right now over the Battlefront stuff and microtransactions and all the pretty shitty, shady stuff that they do in running their companies and how they just generally treat their fan base. But A Way Out still has me excited. Don't really know why. I mean, it's got a couple of reasons, actually. It's got a really cool style. It's got a cool kind of almost Uncharted-ish feel. And I got an instant connection to the main characters in just the trailers that we got. Also, split screen capability. Now, split screen may be good for some people, may not be. It could go either way. I mean, you do have the multiplayer, but you do also have the fact that you could finally have a friend come over and sit right next to him and play this game together, which I think is really cool. It brings us back to the days of old. And where before, most of the time, you're spent killing each other, i.e., your GoldenEyes and your Smash Bros. In this case, it looks like you're actually going to be helping each other, which is a different change of pace and working together, which is something I'm actually really looking forward to. And I think what I'm expecting out of this is just some solid writing, because I think this one might excel in the writing department, and some pretty solid character development too. Also, the action set pieces. Again, a couple pieces in the trailer had a kind of Uncharted vibe to them. But those are the reasons why I have it at number 5 on my list. Anthem. Now, I don't have the exact date of when this comes out, but Anthem is on my list at number 4 for a couple reasons. A, I'm a huge fan of RPGs, action RPGs. And also, it's from BioWare. I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. I know they've had some stumbles, but the games that BioWare puts out, we all have to agree, they are solid. They are just really good, fun, well put together games. Dialogue in them is very good. The stories they created are really good. And that, to me, is important. I do like really good story over a lot of things in my games. I want that experience. The customizable armor suits that they have, called the Javelins, are pretty cool looking. And being able to customize them is even better. And then also the beautiful world that they showcase in the trailer. That's just, it looks stunning. This thing looks like it could be one of the most beautiful games that have come out, and I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Origins, and that game is off the charts awesome. What I'm looking for is just exploring the landscape that they create and uncovering different regions, and hopefully I can, we run into some really cool characters and creatures and enemies that just have a really unique style to them to set this apart from any other game. It already looks like it's different than most, but they could really go the distance with this thing. And again, it's BioWare. We should all be hyped. And that's why Anthem is my number 4. Spiderman for the PS4. Now, it's not exactly 100% confirmed that it's coming out in 2018, but most reports that have been coming out lately saying it's still on track for, around that last quarter of 2018. So I'm holding out hope. It's still on my list for 2018 for a couple reasons. One, it's Spider-Man. I'm going to buy it anyways. There's just no two ways about it. I love me some Spider-Man. I'm a Spider-Man fanboy, and every game that's come out, I've bought. I haven't necessarily liked since Spider-Man 2 for the PS2. That is still my favorite one. It was almost looking like it was getting to a point where I could really like these games, but I mean, I still just bought them because of Spider-Man and swinging and stuff, but they just couldn't get the same feel that they got from Spider-Man 2. This one looks like they could be changing the tide and giving us a game that will let us feel like the wall crawler. The dynamic sequences that they had in the trailers looked really cool, and also the really creative use of the webbing that they showcased is kind of the two big things that I'm really looking forward to, as well as just being able to be the wall crawler, go around New York, swing from building to building, and just enjoy being Spider-Man. So it's a Spider-Man game. I'm going to get it, but it's going to be on my anticipated, but that's why it's a little bit lower than my next one. Red Dead Redemption 2, baby. Yes, it's Red Dead. What more do you want? And it's from Rockstar. I mean, come on. There's not much else here that I could really say that would need to be said for you to understand that this is definitely on most people's lists, and it's on mine. Red Dead came out, the first one, solid game, but then 2010 brought us Red Dead Redemption, and it was just incredible. I played that game for hours. Red Dead Redemption came, this wonderful revenge story with our badass John Marston, and just a slew of those incredible side characters that Rockstar always brings to the table. I'm looking at you, Seth. And really, GTA in the Old West was something I never knew I needed in my life. And now, 8 years later, having since played it, I am wanting that void to be filled again with Red Dead Redemption 2. And from the footage we got, it looks beautiful, guys. This looks like it could just be one of Rockstar's most beautiful games. And just a perfect backdrop for them to play around in. I'm going to buy this thing for sure. And that's why it's number 2. And there's only one other game that could ever be on my number 1. God of War 4, which has been officially announced to be released April 20th of this year. 420, baby. Let me explain to you guys how much I love this series. I have played every single release of this franchise. And not only have I played every single one on every console or platform it's come out on, but I've finished each one in every single difficulty that they had, starting from easy, going all the way to God mode. Every single one religiously. We're talking back to back to back to back. When the first one came out, I came upon it by accident, and it was one of the best happy accidents I've ever come across in games to this day. This one being set in Viking time with the Viking lore and Norse mythology and everything like that is just awesome, because the three things I love in this world: Greek mythology, Norse mythology, Egyptian mythology. Now, we've gotten the Greek with the first God of Wars. I got Egypt finally with Assassin's Creed Origins, and I'm looking for some really badass Viking stuff with this. My expectations are definitely really high for this one. The new story trailer that came out looks great. We finally get to see Kratos as a father figure. We know of him as a father, as a loving father before he became the Ghost of Sparta. He can now show us a pale shadow of the man he was before the nightmares, before his journey started in this new world. Being a father and not just being a really pissed off God of War is going to be a very cool story dynamic that I'm excited to see. This will, like, from someone that knows everything about this character from playing the game so much, this is definitely the right way for them to go. His dynamic with his son and the story that's going to come with that, I think, is going to be great for the character and bring us that look of what this Spartan warrior was as a loving father. It's been a long time since we've seen our beloved Kratos, and now this bearded badass looks like he's ready to rock, and so am I. And that is why God of War 4 is my number 1, and it is not going anywhere.
So that's my list, guys. I'd love to hear what yours is. Let me know on what consoles you're playing on, whether it's console or PC, what games you are really excited for in 2018. It's going to be a pretty awesome year for games, and fingers crossed these games deliver. So far, they look like it. That's my list of anticipated games of 2018. I'm G, and I'm out.